The Verdine Forest. Jan is there following the tracks of the daughter of the Special Forces commander. He sees wagon tracks on the forest. After inspecting the tracks, he gets that it's 3 days old. At that time, Momon wakes up, and while stretching, she asked Yan, how long does he intend to keep wandering like this? Yan tells her that he is on a mission given by the instructor commander. The mission is to capture the daughter of the Special Forces commander. Yan didn't expect the instructor commander to assign such a sudden mission. His guess that the instructor commander must be trying to use her to pressure the commander in the faction conflict. However, Yan feels uneasy. The wagon's too big to move discreetly, and they have too many escorts. He wonders, is the person he is tracking right now the commander's daughter? After walking for a while, Jan sees light. A group of villagers are there with lanterns. The girl among them asked Jan if he is lost in the forest. "Yes, I must have taken the wrong path from the forest entrance," Jan replies. "Oh, how fortunate for us to have crossed paths." "We were just heading back to our village. This forest is deep, and a lot of travelers lose their way here. If it's all right with you, why not rest at our village before continuing?" the girl says. Jan thanks the girl for the kind suggestion. He asked for them to point him the direction, and he will go alone. The girl then insists Jan to at least take the lantern with him, as it's too dark and dangerous to walk through the forest at night. Jan smiles and he calls out his sword, Astalon, and uses Dark Souls, 5th form, crescent slash. He cuts the lantern and the girl in half. The girl drops death, and the old man gets nervous to see this. They asked Jan why did he kill her. Momon also asked Jan if he is a psychopath, he would just reject the girl, why he needs to kill her. "You're slow. Look at what came out of that lantern," Jan says to Momon. Momon looks at the red gem that came out and asks, "What is this?" Jan replies, "That's a self-detonating flame stone used by the Special Forces Assassination Unit." Jan then looks at the old man and says, "What an amusing little play." But it wasn't enough to cover up the stench of the Special Forces, senior agents. Hearing this, the old man takes out their daggers and says, "You have found out now there is no choice, you have to die." Saying this, they rush to attack. Jan glares at them and calls the Black Wolf and rush to attack. The scene shifts. We can see inside the village a Special Force assassin comes, the Special Force secretary named Shark. The assassin is injured as he tells the secretary that all the men got killed. Shark gets shocked and asks how many enemies were there. The man replies only one. Shark gets angry and shouts, "How come the entire assassination unit gets wiped out by a single one?" The assassin says that the enemy knew everything about them. Hearing this, Shark gets that this enemy is sent by the instructor commander. He asks where is he? The man replies that he is near the Sector 4. Hearing this, Shark orders the man to send the remaining Unit 2 into the forest, and Unit 1 will stay here to guard this location. The assassin understands that and tells that he will go and protect the daughter. As the man is leaving, Shark doubts the man and attacks from behind. The assassin is Jan. He uses the Black Wolf and tears Shark's hand. Jan puts the dagger in his subspace and asks Shark to tell him where the commander daughter is. Seeing Jan, Shark shouts for help. Jan walks towards his slowly and tells him there is no use shouting for anyone, as he has already made everyone silent. Hearing this, Shark gets sacred and begs to spare his life. Jan tells him to answer him. Jan asked, "Where is the daughter?" Shark replies that there is no daughter here. All they have are experimental subjects. As Shark is about to say about that, his head bursts. It seems like a taboo was casted on him. Jan wonders what is this experimental subjects. He then gets inside the house. He walks through the hallway and reaches the hall. The hall is a huge one. While looking around, Jan sees a human in the middle, tied by black ropes. He gets closer and sees that it's a girl. Jan quickly takes his sword and cuts the ropes and frees the girl. Jan asked if she is okay. The girl didn't answer. It seems like she is not fully conscious yet. Looking closely, Yan finds this girl familiar. He removes the blindfold to see the face. However, as the blindfold is removed, the girl's eye open and a tremendous power pushed Yan back. Yan quickly regains his balance. If Yan's memory serves him right, that face is a face he saw in his past life. One of the three great calamities of the continent, a terror that even knights couldn't subdue. Yan wonders why is she here, the Witch of Suppression. Since its founding, the Kabbalan Empire has been home to countless superhumans and strong warriors. But in the end, even superhumans are still just human. In this world, there are calamities that surpass humanity. The first calamity, the unquenchable flame. The second calamity, the despair of knights, shown only to those who face it. And the third calamity, which even the emperor commanded to be ignored. Whether it's mountains or seas surrounding the third calamity, it doesn't matter at all. Just everything gets flattened. Superhumans are no exception. People filled with fear and awe called it this. They call her the Witch of Suppression. Yan tracked the daughter, but what he found was the Witch of Suppression. The puzzle pieces are finally coming together. Excessive secrecy, the mention of a test subject. What the commander was hiding wasn't his daughter. Was he creating the Witch of Suppression? Yan wonders if it was to counter the Dragon Fang soldier project. If she's becoming the reverse Witch of Suppression, then they must have failed to control her. If she opens her eyes, it's over. Yan have to attack now, before she opens her eyes. Yan jumps to kill, but at that instance, the girl opens her eyes and says, "Sorry." She asked if she has did anything wrong again. Hearing this, Yan gets confused. The girl says that when she gets hurt, her power awakens. Saying this, she starts to cry. Yan can't grasp that the calamity that shook the world is just a normal girl now. Yan wonders if he could get his hands on the Witch of Suppression, he would have the ultimate trump card. However, a power even the Emperor couldn't control. Could Yan really control it? It's truly a poison chalice, the deadliest of all poisons. The risk really is too great. If Yan is going to eliminate her, this is the chance. Seeing Yan in trouble, Moment steps in and says, "What is he thinking so hard? He should just take the girl along with him." Yan tells her that it's easy to say, but it's a power that humans can't control. Even she can't control herself. Control? So if it could be controlled, would you take her in? Momon asked. Without replying, Yan asked if she think that's a possibility. Did you forget who I am? I am Momon, the pinnacle of dark magic. A mage is one who seeks the logic and laws and bends them. Do you really think someone like me can't control the power of a mere girl like her? Her power is triggered by pain. If we just know the activation condition, solving it is easy. Momon says this and starts to create something. She puts all of her energy to create two artifacts, a necklace and a bracelet. These artifacts will protect the mind. With these, they should be able to control her power. Seeing the artifacts, Yan asked if something this little can really control her. Momon says, with her ability, she don't need bulky restraints. Yan gets impressed and says, "It's surprising. You helping someone, Momon? Just a magician's professional obsession. Some people say magic is like a miracle, but it's not. Interfering like the world's structure to produce phenomena. But that girl's power is neither mana nor nature. It's a power that lies outside all known mana principles." As a scholar of laws and systems, I can't ignore it. Momon says this. She also thinks that if she can make use of that power, then someone like Yan won't be needed anymore. After that, the girl asked Yan, "Where are we going now? Am I going back to the lab again?" Hearing this, Yan asked if there are many children like her in the lab. Yes. There were a lot of us, my friends too. There were a lot at first. But every time we got scary injections, all my friends broke. As time passed, I was the only one left. Injections hurt so much. "Can I please not go back to the lab?" the girl says. Yan wonders. Human experiments and training so painful that death would have been better. That must have been her everyday life, just like me in my previous life. Jan asked the girl if he is willing to come with him. Jan promises her that he will never hurt her or throw her away. Hearing this, the girl smiles and agrees to go with Jan. Afterwards, Jan asked her name. The girl replies that everyone call her Number 1. Jan says that's awful and says that from today onwards her name is Ria. The girl asked Ria. Jan tells her that Ria name comes from Ophelia, the goddess of beauty. He then gives her the artifacts and asked if it's comfortable. The girl replies that both the necklace and the name is pretty and she liked them. Jan then says that as she is tagging along with him, they have to make preparations. Ria asked what kind of preparation. A monster prepare to deceive it, Jan says. The scene shifts and we can see Special Task Force Training Center underground. In a cell, a prisoner is there. He is begging for forgiveness. The instructor commander is there. He takes the knife and cuts the skull open. The prisoner tells to finish him and release him from his agony. At that time, an instructor comes and tells the commander that Jan will be arriving soon. Oh, already? Good. Then shall we check out the gift Jan brought us? The instructor commander gives a sinister smile and says this. After a while, Jan and Ria comes to the underground prison. Hearing the agony of the prisoners, Ria gets scared. Ria asked Jan if this is a laboratory and if she will be locked up here. Jan tells her not to be afraid as she will not be locked up here. The prisoner tries to catch Ria. Seeing this, Jan pulls her closer and tells her to stay close to him. While walking, Jan asked Ria if she has memorized everything he has taught. Ria replies, "Yes, that we were childhood friends and the story about your father." Good thing Ria has an exceptional memory. Jan has already coordinated her background and identity, and with the restraints Momen made, there shouldn't be anything to worry about. But they are dealing with the chief instructor, that snake of a man who knows what that guy is thinking. Walking deeper, Jan sees that something is approaching them. He quickly tells Ria to hide behind him. It's the prisoner that the instructor commander was torturing. He is trying to escape, but the instructor commander caught up and kills it. He then says hello to Jan. Jan tells him that he has completed his mission and returned. The chief instructor asked if she is the daughter of the commander. He looks at Ria and says, "It's a pleasure to meet you. I hope the welcome ceremony I've prepared suits your taste." The scene shifts. We can see Ria is taken to a dining room with a table full of delicious desserts. The maids are helping her to eat. Arya gets surprised to see lots of mouth-watering bakery items. She takes a cupcake and asks, "What is this?" The maid says that it's an ordinary cupcake, but she refused to acknowledge it as an ordinary item. While Ria is enjoying the treat, Jan goes to the chief instructor. The instructor is at his garden nurturing his flowers. Jan sees this and says, "It's unexpected." "Unexpected? That I do, floriculture? I like flowers the more you cut them, the more beautiful they become. Or did you think I'd torture a little girl or something? So you thought I was some kind of psychopath. Physical torture doesn't work well on children. Fear makes the information they give less reliable," the chief instructor says. Hearing this, Jan gets that he really is a psychopath. The chief instructor then smiles and says, "Jan, this was your first mission, and it exceeded my expectations. You stopped the desert kidnappings and terrorism, and even captured the chief in the Beowulf territory alone. Excellent work. With this, even the nobles who opposed the project can't say anything now. Good work. As a reward, you may freely use the Imperial Palace's amnesty. Is there anything else you need?" Jan replies that he would like to ask how he intend to treat Raya. The instructor commander says that she was much too clean, more than he expected. Even surveillance showed no valuable intel at all. However, there was one thing that caught his attention. Jan gets scared that the chief instructor and caught on their secret. But he feels ease after the instructor commander says that Ria's knowledge seems lacking for her age. He then says that the commander isn't a fool either. He must know he took his daughter. He just can't act because he lacks evidence. He'll definitely try to find proof somehow. So they must make him believe they have her, yet ensure he can't actually find her. The most efficient way to do that is to make the daughter's existence. Before the chief instructor says anything, Jan stops him and asks if he can take care of the commander-daughter. The instructor-commander asked for his reasons. Jan says he has 3 reasons. First, killing the daughter isn't efficient. It may seem like she holds no value now, but there's information that gains value just with time, especially when it comes to hostages. Hearing this, the instructor asked, what's his reason that he has to keep her to him? Jan says, you tortured another instructor today, didn't you? One of the rats working for the task force commander. The task force commander holds enormous power. He's surely planted his puppets everywhere. It's easier to avoid Traitor's eyes if she stays with me. That's the second reason. All right. Then what's the third reason? The instructor commander asked. The third reason is I made her a promise that I would protect her, Jan says this. Hearing this, the instructor laughs and says, you expect me to believe that? I didn't think my disciple would ever be soft-hearted, Jan. Is she your first love? Jan gets confused and asked what? The chief instructor says, I thought you were a block of stone, so you're a man after all. Jan thinks this might be a weird misunderstanding, but if it helps him move forward, he will go with this. Jan agrees with his master and says that she is his first love. Hearing this, his master says, I'll give you special permission, but I can't let her out of my sight. Even if you're my disciple, I don't trust you completely. You just have a lower chance of betrayal than the instructors. I'll disguise her as a maid for now, so manage her well. Jan agrees to this. The instructor commander then says, since I granted your request, I should be allowed to ask one in return, right? Do you remember the Eastern squad that left with you? I do. There were reports of undead sightings, Jan replies. That's right. Casa Ifrit led the team. Unlike the North, it was a simple mission, just to gather intel. However, all 80 task force members went missing. Normally, they wouldn't even be worth rescuing. How annoying do you see this seal? The master asked. Jan recognized the seal and replies it's the royal family's seal. The chief commanded says that it's an order from Crown Prince Leon Kabalan, task force member Jan. You are to rescue the stranded trainees in the east immediately.